Hey there, everybody. Greetings. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another episode of Ranking the Albums. Today, we're going to take a look at a pretty cool heavy metal band. I guess you can call them a power metal band, although they have plenty of traditional metal sounds in their music. They also have some gothic elements. They also have some prog metal elements. The band is called Lords of Black. They are basically a Spanish band. Most of the members of the band are from Spain or surrounding areas. Their singer, pretty notable guy, he is from Chile. His name is Ronnie Romero, who also has been very busy over the last bunch of years. He's sings with the Ferrymen. He has sang on and off with Richie Blackmore's Rainbow, done some stuff with Michael Schenker, Adrian Vandenberg, and he's been also fronting this band called Lords of Black, who are basically led by Tony Hernando, who plays guitar, bass, keyboards, produces, main songwriter. All the current line of the band also features Daniel Criado on bass. He's been in the band for a couple of years, and Johan Nunez on drums, who's been in the band since 2020. So they've only got 5 albums. I'm going to rank them as I like them. I do want to thank Mr. Tony. I'm sure you're watching. Tony was kind enough to send me the catalog. I mean, I had 1 or 2 of them, but he sent me the whole catalog. I should have wore the shirt, Tony. Sorry. I wore it recently. It's in the wash. Otherwise, I would have worn it today for you, my friend. So I will say all of these 5 albums are actually really strong. They're all very enjoyable. Like I said, if you like kind of modern, big production value, power metal with just enough proggy influences to keep it really, really interesting, and amazing vocals soaring over the top of it all. Lots of chugging guitar riffs, great bass, interesting, really cool album covers, as we're going to get to. So I'm going to start at my number 5, work my way back. I like all these quite a bit. It's kind of hard to rank these because they're all very enjoyable, almost to the point of being equally. But I do have, I think, a couple that I like a little bit more than others. So we're going to kick off with number 5 from 2014, self-titled debut, Lords of Black. Again, like I said, pretty cool artwork on these things, which I kind of like. This one was a self-titled release. They are now on Frontiers Records, which we'll get to some of the latter period ones. But debut album, again, this has got fairly similar lineup, though. You got Ronnie Romero on vocals, Tony Hernando on guitars, bass, and keyboards, and Andres Cobos on drums. He was the original drummer that was with the band up until a couple of years ago. All the songs on the album, it's all written and produced by Tony. It opens up with, and most of these albums open up with like a little instrumental type of big bombastic cinematic type of a piece, and then you get into the meat and potatoes of the album. Lords of Black, the title track, really, really good. Big, heavy ripper, not unlike kind of like Judas Priest, Primal Fear with a touch of classic Rainbow. Really great track. In fact, I would categorize a lot of their music kind of in that vein. If you like classic Judas Priest, and you like, the more modern stuff as far as power metal goes, like Germany's Primal Fear, but also like Rainbow Rising type of stuff. That's kind of where these guys kind of play in. You got Nothing Left to Fear, another really good raging power metal anthem. You got Would You Take Me, which is a little more moody and melodic. Too Close to the Edge, another really good one. You got Ronnie Romero showing his formidable vocal skills. He's a really great singer. He doesn't have fantastic command of the English language, so you can hear his accent throughout all of this, and most people do bring that up when they talk about any of the albums that he sings on, but he's just got such a great voice. It's like a combination of like Ronnie James Dio and Jorn Lande. That's kind of where his style kind of sits in. What else you got? The Art of Illusions Part 1 and 2, really potent. That's at the back end of the album. It's about 10 minutes between the two of them, about 5 minutes each. Great 2-part epic. I think it's a really strong debut, but I think the best is yet to come. I think out of all of the 5, that one's pretty damn good. All the others are really good too, even better than that. Bordering on great, right? We've got coming in at number 4. I'm going to go with Lords of Black 2. Very cool album cover. Really cool album cover, I might say. So this particular one, same lineup as the debut, but here you've got Roland Grapow producing or co-producing the album along with Tony. Of course, Roland, formerly of Helloween and Masterplan. Merciless, big, lethal metal, chugging guitars, great leads, great drumming, awesome vocals. Ronnie sounded great on this. You've got Only One Life Away, which is big, brash, fast speed metal. You got the majestic synths on Everything You're Not. You got the atmospheric yet heavy New World's Coming. Cry No More is big and crushing. Love it. You've got the 9+ minute track Ghost of You, which is one of my favorites on the album. I think it's really strong. I think one of the things that separates this album a little bit from the debut, I think there's a little more hooks on this album. These songs are a little bit more memorable, all right, which is something I think this band would develop as they kind of move on. And loads of excellent guitar riffs and solos on here. All these albums are very well produced. They sound really good. So, and this was, I believe, this is their first for Frontiers. So, quite good, quite good. All right, now we're getting into like the meat and the potatoes, the really the strongest three in my opinion out of the five. And I'm going to go with their most recent album at number 3, which is Alchemy of Souls Part 2. All right, so we've gotten 2 parts to the Alchemy of Souls storyline so far. I think the only reason this one is sitting at number 3 and maybe not higher, because it's still kind of new with me, right? So I think this one has potential to kind of move its way up the ranking at some point. Look at that great album cover. And yes, you are seeing that correctly. We've got a little crack in the jewel case. Don't see too many of them on here on SOT. I'm going to have to replace that one. Another one, starting off with a big instrumental type of a thing, and then it moves into The Maker of Nothingness, which is just absolutely fantastic. Really grinding power metal track. You've got the doom-laden What's Become of Us. They do drop in every so often these kind of like doomy dirges from time to time, which is, I think, really great. Mixes things up a little bit. You got the upbeat and catchy Bound to You, which I really like a lot. The mid-paced but really heavy Mind Killer. And then you got the speedier Death Dealer. Again, I like how they mix up the tempos. It's not all fast, chugging power metal stuff. You got lots of more atmospheric stuff, some gothic tones, definitely some proggy tones. Really great the way these guys do that, which I really appreciate quite a bit. Death Dealer, to me, also sounds a bit like Primal Fear. So if you like Primal Fear's power metal attack, I think you'll like kind of where these guys are coming from. I think Ronnie is really good on this album as well. He's just getting better with age. And he's absolutely venomous on Fated to Be Destroyed, which is probably my favorite song on here. Most of these have quite a few tracks. You get at least a dozen songs or so, roughly an hour's worth of music. So, this is another winner. Like I said, I like this one quite a bit. Maybe not quite as much as the other two that I'm going to mention, but time will tell if that does happen at some point. We shall see. I'm going to go at number 2, part 1 of this saga, which is Alchemy of Souls, part 1. All right. Again, cool cover artwork. Sorry for the glare. There we go. So, a thrill from start to finish. I like the back cover, too. Pretty cool. The artwork on these are really good. You got Dying to Live Again. No opening musical interlude on this one or opening instrumental. Just gets right into it. Dying to Live Again is a killer song. Ronnie is just completely fiery on this one, soaring over the top of a torrent of riffs and bombastic drums. Excellent song. Into the Black, again, reminds me a little Primal Fear, maybe with Jorn Landy style vocals from Ronnie on this particular one. Killer combination. Deliverance Lost is speedy power metal. You got the melancholy, yet kind of heavy. This one's a really slow builder. Shadows Kill Twice. You got the epic title track, which has some absolutely lovely acoustic guitar in the beginning, which leads to these big bombastic riffs and vocals. I mean, just a really strong album. Really strong album. And like I say, this one or part 2, they're both really good. I still think I like this one a little bit better, but again, that may change. You never know. My number 1, though, you always kind of go back to the one you kind of heard first, right? And for me, the first one, actually, no, that's not true, because the second album is the one I heard first. But I think the one that really grabbed me from these guys first was their third album, which is Icons of the New Days. Pretty cool. This is the deluxe 2 CD edition, which Tony was very kind enough to send me. I had the single disc originally. So here it starts off with the 3-part World Gone Mad. Really, really cool. Ronnie's sounding great. He's just snarling up a storm on this particular album. Not in a Place Like This, another killer track. A lot of nasty guitar riffing on this particular one. World Gone Mad and the title track, both cranking power metal tunes, but with lots of melody and different tempos and things like that. You got the Crushing Forevermore, which is an absolutely amazing song. Again, has some doom elements, which I kind of like. You got the Melodic Fallen, which has nice hooks on it. You got the epic Kings Reborn, another strong track on here, 8 minutes and change. And then the complex prog metal of The Edge of Darkness, which also is like 6 minutes and change or whatever. And that, again, The Edge of Darkness, I'm looking here, that says a bonus track, so I'm not sure. I don't remember if that was on the original single that I had or if that's just a CD Digipack 2 CD bonus. Not really sure, but it's quite good. You've also got All I Have Left, which is 11 minutes and change on here. I don't know. Really good album. To me, to date, this is as close to being their kind of defining moments, and more so being that this was, I think, the album where it all really, really clicked for these guys. And now, of course, they're doing, the big kind of like concept pieces and things, which is really cool too. I'm interested to see kind of where they go from here, because I think this is a really, really good band that bring a lot of cool things to the table. That's very different from your normal run-of-the-mill power metal, right? So definitely check them out. So Lords of Black. A lot of really good albums here. You got 5 of them. They're all really good. I'd say start with any of them. But for my money, I think their best are the most recent ones. So if you wanted to start from the latest one and work your way back, that's probably the best way to go about doing this. So, yeah. And again, thanks to Tony for shooting us over the entire catalog, as well as a great-looking T-shirt, which I've worn here on the air quite a few times. I think, in fact, I wore it right around the holidays. I was wearing it quite a bit, and I think a couple of you were like, man, Pete really likes that Lords of Black T-shirt. It looks like he's worn that 3 times in the last 2 weeks, which I might have. Could be, but I washed it every time. Trust me. So there you go. Another episode of Ranking the Albums in the can here. Lords of Black, please check them out. They're on Frontiers Records, and visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, of course, we are on YouTube all the damn time. We've got lots more Ranking the Album shows coming up. We're going to be doing, Jamie Laszlo and I are going to be doing Chemist, a great, more recent extreme metal and doom band, right? They do a lot of cool things. Chemist, really cool band. Jamie, Chris Allo, and myself are ranking the albums of The Cult. That is coming up. We're eventually going to get to a big panel ranking of the Tea Party. That's also on the schedule. Andy Edwards and George Lemmy and myself are going to give you our top 10 albums from guitarist, jazz fusion, jazz guitar legend John McLaughlin. That's also coming. I'm also going to do a ranking of Pavlov's Dog and all sorts of other stuff. There's a whole bunch of ranking shows that are on my schedule to get to. So little by little, we'll get to all of them in due time. So thanks for watching, everybody. And please subscribe if you haven't already and click on that notification bell so you get alerted of all videos like this and you don't miss anything. We also have below the link to our Ko-Fi page as well as the link to our merch page. We can get all sorts of cool Sea of Tranquility stuff. Not Predator shirts, but SOT shirts. And till next time, thanks for watching. Stay tuned tonight for the Hudson Valley Squares. Today we're going to once again revisit some classic albums from 1982 in an album war. We've got Kiss, Creatures of the Night, going up against Y&T, Black Tiger. So stay tuned for that tonight and lots more coming up here on the channel. I'm Pete Pardo. See you all real soon. Bye-bye.